Yo, Henny Huncho, Black Benny Blanco, Troop Mouth shit, SNN in the building.
You are now tuned into the New Era podcast. You feel me?
I see what they say is money, so don't talk money, please. Y'all post on Facebook.
And today I got my special guest with me. Feel me?
What's good? Henny Huncho, Black Benny Blanco, Troop Mouth shit. Start up a stampede.
I'm back.
I'm wavy with my words. I'm something like Max B.
Stacking.
Getting money plan A. Rapping was plan B.
Talk.
But not like if I just start rapping, I'll get money. It was more like get some money, then start rapping. I can't fuck with most bitches. I'm out of their tax bracket. I looked at the stats. They on podcast capping, telling niggas in their 20s they gotta pay all the bills. When the last nigga hit and he ain't pay his own bills, let's talk about it. We can talk when y'all bills set to automatic.
It actually came out better in the video than I thought.
And if you don't fuck with me, then it's up with me. And I ain't humble no more, cause bitch I want all the static. I'm smarter than a lot of these rappers.
Hold on. Listen. Yeah. Listen, man, look. Like I said, man, it's the New Era podcast. It's your host, Stacker. I got my special guest with me, you feel me? Y'all just heard him talk his shit. He was talking crazy, you feel me? On the Who's Next 757 freestyles, you feel me? Got my special guest with me.
What's good, everybody? What's good?
Yeah. What's your name, man?
I go by Henny Huncho, man. I'm gonna represent for Hampton, Virginia, man.
Hampton, Virginia. Listen, man, I just want to thank you, know what I'm saying, for coming out today, know what I'm saying, and booking me, know what I mean, my first interview on the podcast and stuff like that, like, know what I mean, like, this is definitely a new endeavor for myself and stuff like that, know what I mean, so for a token of my appreciation, you feel me, I want to gift you, know what I'm saying, with,
okay,
I mean, with something, know what I mean, like, that's
got
for
me
you.
A t-shirt?
Yeah, that's for you, know what I mean, so,
rock that joint.
No doubt, so, Henny Huncho.
Yeah, what's good?
Set from Hampton.
Yeah, man.
No doubt. Tell me what it's like.
Best out of the water.
That's the best out of the water?
Yeah, man.
How so?
Hey, man, it's just, it's just a whole lot of talent there.
Yeah.
It's more like, gives you more the homie feel, and we can still hit the other spots when we need to.
Yeah. It's definitely like in the middle, too.
Yeah,
like,
we can hit D.C. if we want to, and then we can just go straight back down south, Hit Norfolk, go down to Charlotte, anything.
Yeah. So paint that picture for me. What was it like for you, like, growing up in Hampton?
It was straight, man. I lived pretty much normal life, man. I had both my parents, played outside a lot. I was outside a lot. Played a lot of sports outside. Yeah, man. Went to school. Not too much going on, man.
Yeah.
What was parties,
all that. Yeah.
Like that.
So you mostly like stayed on that side of the water as far as like growing up wise and things like that.
Yeah, man. I was born in D.C. and my mom actually moved down here because she went to Hampton University. So my pops up and left with her. We came down here. That was in '98, and yeah, from '98 pretty much on forward, I grew up in Hampton.
Okay. So what was it like in the household? Know what I'm saying? So I hear that your pops moved your moms and stuff like that. How many siblings do you have? What was your relationship like with your moms and your pops?
Well, I got 4 other siblings, but I grew up with 2. The other 2 is way older than me. It was pretty normal. I'm the youngest of all 5. My pops was a real hard dude. Like, no, you couldn't bullshit that man. So like,
yeah,
I had to like, I was pretty much on the straight and narrow because my pops, for real.
Word.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Shout out to your pops, man.
Yeah, man. Rest in peace.
Oh,
yeah. He passed away my senior year of high school, but
really,
I still keep his lessons with me.
Yeah. If you don't mind me asking, how did he pass?
My pops was old, man. Like, I think I know he went into cardiac, but he had diabetes, a bunch of shit. So like, just complications, and he was getting older.
Okay. And how old was you at the time?
Shit, I was 17.
17.
Yeah. He was damn near. He's 69.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, like I relate to you there too. Like, know what I'm saying, my pops passed when I was 4. You feel me? Like, know what I'm saying, he was 22 at the time. Somebody had laced his weed. You feel me? Like, know what I mean, he smoked it. Know what I mean, got sick. Ended up in like different situations, going from the hospital to the psych ward, back and forth, nursing home to the
definitely
point
sorry to hear
passed.
that, bro.
Yeah. Know what I mean, but I mean, that's definitely something that like that helps like with my story. And I'm sure that as well as with you, like, know what I mean, like you got time to actually like get to know him. Know what I mean, tap in with him and all that.
People be saying that, but I feel like, man, it's like only thing I would tell people, man, if you got a chance to ask your pops a bunch of questions, ask them now, because
it's really like, I don't know, it's really different when you don't got him. And then he had passed at the time right before I was able to ask all them life questions about like manhood and like
before you really
what should I
realize.
do? Yeah, before you realize what the fuck is going on out here.
Yeah. Nah, that's real. That's real. So from what you remember, what was your pops playing in the crib? Like, what type of lessons was he instilling in you, like from early on?
Like you talking about music wise, like when he played music?
Yeah,
man,
music wise.
My pops was born in the 40s, bro. So that nigga was listening to jazz, blues, not too much. I mean, he would listen to some hip hop, but he wasn't really big on it. He would listen to like R&B, a lot of R&B. He fuck with Prince, Michael Jackson, shit like that.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I mean, he got good taste. If you ask
man.
me, that actually correlates with your sound too. Cause like, I mean, like we gonna get into it, but like even like when I was listening to your stuff, like I mean, like the key and as well as like the freestyle and stuff like that, like. I like your beat selection. I'm saying I like the jazzy sound. I like the blue. I mean, like, and then the way that you rhyming on the beats and shit like that. Like, I fuck with it because it's like it just gives nostalgia, but it also shows that you have like a unique taste in music. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Like, you know what I mean?
I kind of I gravitate towards like the background music more than the actual lyrics. But I definitely a student of hip hop. So
yeah. So
I try to like mix it up with all of the people I think are like the greats and shit. So.
Yeah. I seen something that you had posted too, and I'm saying recently where you said like somebody had asked you what was your top 3 and you named like 6 niggas. Like,
yeah,
I mean you put Cole and Kendrick together. You said that you in high school you was listening to like a lot of Joey Badass.
I fuck with the kid.
Yeah. Joey been nice, you know what I'm saying? I know that you said Hov and Nas, you know what I'm saying? That's one.
Yeah.
You feel me? So like, what was your biggest inspiration? And at what point in time in your life did you actually start getting into like, no, let me ask you like this: when was hip hop first introduced to you, where you became like a student and loved it? And then the second part of the question is, when did you actually start writing and getting into it?
Well, shit. The first part. Let me answer that first. I think the first time I listened to hip hop, I was like, I went to a skating rink, and I think I forgot who was hot. It was what's that? I like the way you do it. That's Chingy. Chingy was popping right there. And I was like the skating rink. I just fucked with the beat heavy. Yeah. And then I would go home. They would play all the shit. The MTV would be on 106 in Park. And then I don't know, man. One day I just I think the movie it's a baseball movie, but they was playing Biggie in it. And it was playing I Love It When You Call Me Big Pop. So I went, I downloaded that shit on my iPod, and I was just listening to that shit on repeat, bro. Like, and I was just like, man, this shit is good. And that's probably Biggie was probably the first artist to like draw me into hip hop. So like, I probably give that credit to Biggie. And then the second part of your question, when did I decide to write? I think I wrote my first rap ever after I heard Drake and Jay-Z. They had both hopped on a track together. I forgot what it's called. But I fuck with that joint heavy, and I think I like stayed up to like maybe like 11 at night. I was like in either the 11th or 10th grade, and I just was writing over and over to the beat until I got it right.
Yeah. Now that's dope. So talk about your experience as far as like going, like, who was the first person that you let hear it, and like what was like that? Because I know for me too, like, know what I'm saying, like I did music. I mean, like, I do music at times and stuff like that or whatever. And for a long time, I hid my rhyme book, like, know what I'm saying, and I kept it in the tuck.
I
and I was
nobody
like,
see that.
Nobody, like, you feel me, for years.
I
like,
think my mom
like,
ran into my shit one time, and I was kind of embarrassed because you just be talking bullshit,
talking crazy, like yeah. That's how it was for me, like, know what I mean. Then at some point, I got confidence to like let somebody hear it. You feel me? And like, then to hear them say like, yo, that's dope. Like, nah, like that's fire.
I think the first time, man, like I had recorded some shit in high school, but I didn't let nobody hear it till I got to college. One of my close mans, he ended up passing away. Rest in peace to him. His name is Joseph Bose.
Rest in peace.
I had played him something, and he was fucking with it. I think it's on my SoundCloud. I had dropped it on SoundCloud. That was like my first tape. I called it like 3 minutes before 8, and I wanted him to hear it. And he was like the first person that was like, yo, you should just keep going, just keep making content, just keep doing that shit. And then that was probably the first person that ever heard me record, besides the people that was with me in the stew.
So you actually waited until you started actually like recording for you to even let anybody hear it?
Yeah. I wasn't like, I mean, don't get me wrong, like I used to be in the lunchroom and like niggas was just bullshitting freestyle with their friends and shit at lunch.
Yeah.
But like as far as me taking it like serious and actually wanting like people to pay attention to what I was saying, he was like the first person I gave it to. Like, yo, just tell me what you think, critique it as much as you can.
Yeah.
And you know, if you don't fuck with it, you don't fuck with it. I'll just go back to the drawing board and figure out how to make something sound presentable. That was my biggest thing. I was just like, I wanted to sound presentable because like I done heard plenty of artists that I don't like, but they still successful.
Yeah.
One of my closest friends, he don't fuck with Kendrick Lamar. I don't understand it. So I'm like, damn, if Kendrick, if this nigga Kendrick, if he only went to that nigga and was like, yo, listen to my shit, and he was like, yo, your ass, Kendrick would never be successful. Yeah, so it's just like, that's how I look at it. I'm like, yo, as long as your shit sound quality, you have a chance. I mean, the chance is still slim because like I think only like 1%, 2% of people make it. Yeah. But like, you have a better shot if it's quality.
And listen, if you need some new shades, accessories, bucket hats, anything of the sort, make sure that you click this link below. Know what I'm saying? Ancient brand. You feel me? You see the shades, know what I'm saying? You see the gold on the face, you feel me? From the melanin and all that, know what I'm saying? So, listen, make sure that you use code STACKER. That's STACCA, you feel me? Stacker. Code STACKER, you gonna get a special discount courtesy of your boy, you feel me? Courtesy of the platform. Know what I'm saying? Tune in. As far as, like, with you, like, one thing that I hear, too, like, I mean, aside from the quality, like, you really pay attention to what you writing and what you saying, know what I'm saying? Like, and with that, like, know what I'm saying, like, I just been listening to you, like, I mean, like, just leading up into the interview and stuff like that, just paying attention, like, watching everything of yours and shit like that or whatever. And I could definitely say, even from the freestyle, like, I told you that day, like, yo, bro, like, that second half, you went crazy, like, know what I'm saying? But it's also about what you talking about in there, like, know what I'm saying? Like, that shit was hard to me, like, know what I mean? But, so even for you, so let me ask you something. So you more of like an album person, right? Would you say so?
Yeah. I definitely want like me to be known for a body of work rather than just singles.
So what's some of the albums that you've been studying?
Of course, the greats, man. The Blueprint, Reasonable Doubt. I fuck with Damn, Good Kid, Mad City, Born Sinner. That's my favorite J. Cole album. So I can name 1,000 all day, man. Benny, I fuck with Tana Talk 3. That's like definitely instrumental. I even listen. I listen to like Lil Durk and them. I listen to a bunch of shit. Man.
You ever heard Life After Death?
Yeah, of course.
I ain't gonna hold you. I feel like that's like the #1 hip hop album, like top to bottom. Like, I feel like second to that, I'll say is To Pimp a Butterfly.
Yeah, I fuck with To Pimp a Butterfly. That's my shit. Yeah. Life After Death go crazy, man. That's like
that's one of the
that's one of them staples.
Yeah, that shit right there is just like, even for that to hit like iconic level, like, know what I mean? Like, that shit went past diamond, platinum, all that shit. Like, that shit is labeled iconic now. Like, know what I'm saying? So
yeah, and the nigga was like 23.
Yeah, exactly. You feel me? Like, so, and then if you listen to like conceptually what he was talking about, the stories he was talking about, the concepts, you know what I'm saying? Even from him singing to the hits, like every pocket that he got into, the sounds that he put on there, like all those, I think that's like one of those albums that is just like, how the fuck did he do this? Like, you know, for him to rap on Downfall like, the way that he did, it's just like, how? Just, like, I mean, like,
ahead of his time, man. Like, I used to think 23 was old till I became 23.
23, right?
And then
like,
I got older than 23. I'm like, damn.
Man,
like, this nigga
like,
did this shit at 23?
That's what I'm saying. Like, that shit crazy. You feel me? But, yeah, so, like, I mean, getting back to your story, like, paint the picture. What was your mom was listening to and shit like that?
Shit, my mom listened to, like, shit like Alicia Keys. I don't know if you know her. There's one lady named Nora Jones. She fuck with that. She fuck with, Erykah Badu, NDRE, Michael Jackson. All them, like, the smooth sounding shit. She's not into, like, the hard.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
She said give her anxiety. She can't fuck with it.
Yeah. Now that's dope. So I'm sure that mom loves.
I actually did put her on to Tupac.
Oh,
she actually, her favorite rap song is Keep Your Head Up.
That's
so
dope.
She'll listen to that.
That's dope.
She fuck
That's
with
dope.
that.
That's dope.
It took a long time, but she fuck with that.
Yeah. Man, paying attention to you too, man. One thing that I could say is that you definitely been working, because I off the cameras, I know that we was chopping it up as far as like how recent you really start taking things serious as far as like
man,
with
December.
your music. December. Like, know what I mean? Like, and to see your trajectory and like where you're at today, like I'm saying the things that you're doing, I think that shit is fucking phenomenal. Like I mean, like
well, I never like saw myself as like the best rapper or nothing, but I just told myself if I'm gonna do it 100%, and I'm gonna just try to outwork as many people as I can.
Yeah.
That's the goal, cause I done seen niggas that's nice. I know a bunch of niggas that's nice that don't go to the studio, record.
Yeah.
They don't try to create content. They don't try to do nothing. They just they think they just supposed to rap and send niggas DMs.
And that's it. Yeah. Like, you know, today it's a new age. Like, I mean, like, so even for me, it's kind of hard for me to like do both. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause I'm from a particular, like, I mean, I'm only 29, but like the people that I looked up to and the things that I looked up to was more like person to person, more personable. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's all about your skill. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how nice are you? How, I mean, like, shit like that. So I always enjoyed that more. And then as well as like creating like good like music. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and shit like that. But that goes into like me, I'm an album person. Like, I like listening to albums and hearing like where people go conceptually and shit like that. And I mean, like, that's why like your project, I'm looking forward to it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because from what I've heard and from what I've seen of you thus
man,
far, it's like...
It's almost done, man. I'm just waiting on one more feature. I just pulled in a jump from Fuego Bass.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to get him up here, but the schedule ain't worked out. So I was just like, let me take that and get a feature, bro. And then he was fucking with it. So
Yeah.
I'm just waiting on that. And then, I'm going to put some artwork together.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about doing like some type of like David versus Goliath theme because my shit called Most Unlikely. And I'm going to just try to get it out in June if I can.
Yeah. How many records you putting on there?
Man, I got a bunch of records, but I think I'm going to narrow it down to like 7 or 10.
7 to 10?
Yeah.
No doubt. Now, you know what I mean? And that's something else that you was talking about before, too. Like, short, sweet, something that people was going to be able to, like, grasp and understand.
Hear
and shit
it
like
real
that.
quick.
Yeah. Yeah, so one thing that I noticed on your page, too, like, you tapped in a lot with Griselda, with Benny, with Heem.
Yeah, man. You got I'll be pulling up to the shows. I'll be pulling up to the shows, man. And it's a lot of power in DMing, man. I know, like, a lot of niggas leave you on red, and I've been left on red mad times, but, like, I actually took a different route, man. I be trying to send emails.
Yeah.
I be ODing, man. I be acting like I'm the manager, like, oh, this is Henny Huncho management. I be sending it out to motherfuckers, and they be responding.
And it
like,
worked. Yeah,
they be responding.
Yeah, it worked. That's dope. I'm saying, I see that you got the El Camino on feature.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying, like, I'm guessing that's gonna be on the project.
Yeah, of course. I just previewed it. We just performed for 38. And I previewed it there, and it got a lot actually good feedback. Like,
Yeah.
Niggas was stopping me in the show like, yo, let me get your IG. So I actually fuck with that experience.
Yeah, that shit was dope. Like, El Camino, that my son nice. Like, that nigga.
Yeah.
He get crazy.
I think he's not rated high enough, but like
he building.
Yeah.
He's still building. I mean, like, even with him, like, I'm saying he been talking crazy. Like, I mean, give me it, man. What's some of the? I know that you tapped in. Like, you. Benny done seen you quite a few times. You know what I'm saying? You got quite a few pictures with him. I seen your likes. You know what I mean? You got like a lot of likes from him. You know what I'm saying? From El Camino. Like, you know what I'm saying? From Benny. So they definitely very familiar with what you doing and who you are and stuff like that.
I'm trying to get it more known, but I fuck with they cool, man. I fuck with their movement. I fuck with what they done for hip hop as far as like making this lane more susceptible to the public, because for a long time niggas was rapping like that and wasn't getting no looks. And they did it in a special way to where like now you might be able to get a look if you sound within this realm and you can hit that fan base type shit.
And they also doing it like independently, you know what I'm saying, and like the way that they also like teaching, like even with 38 Special, like the way that they're teaching along with how they moving is like dope. Like, I know that
with the merch and everything. I support it. I fuck with it.
Yeah, like even with I remember you too from the Rome Street show.
Yeah, I was there. Yeah.
I had the table set up over
Facts.
there.
I copped the T-shirt.
Yeah. My shit was right next to the right next to Rome's table.
Damn, I would have pulled up. I would have had I known. My bad, bro.
Yeah. Nah, it's so good. I mean, you gotta put yourself in places. Like, you feel me? Like, I mean, so. I mean, but even with that, like, I mean, like, just to see like what they doing as far as like with the vinyls and everything, like, I mean, just the independent grind, I think is super dope. Like, I mean,
man,
like,
you gotta because this rap shit costs money. So
if
you gonna want to do it, you gotta be able to fund yourself. So
absolutely.
Like everybody's trying to find the best route. I'm still trying to think of what I want to do right now. Like, my plan is to breed my Akitas So but that's a long wait game. So I'm just waiting on that. Yeah. But in the meantime, I'm gonna figure something out. I just got to go back to the drawing board and think of another way to bring in a stream of revenue for me.
No doubt. Well, listen, man. Look, on our platform, Who's Next 757. I mean, we definitely have like consulting and consultations, and I mean, we have certain packages that's available for artists. Like, I mean, so if you ever interested in like consulting and as far as like a rollout plan and actually like having us like step in to actually like help you and things like that with your direction and things like that, we could definitely provide that for you.
Yeah,
as well.
I'll definitely be tapped in.
Yeah, like I mean, so has Benny gave you any type of advice? Or I seen you you and Camino was shoulder to shoulder taking pictures. Like, I mean, so like, what type of advice?
Camino gave me some advice. He basically told me how to like add, like when I dropped the song, how to like add him to like the distro. So like basically like when people search his name, the shit will pop up.
Yeah.
And like I could like get a percentage of like the money and shit. So basically, yeah, he gave me that game. Benny, he ain't really give me no game. He slid in my DMs though, but the business ain't work out at the time. So hopefully, in the future when I'm more established, I could go back to that and try to reestablish that business connection.
Absolutely. The more and more that you pop up, the more and more that you show face and show love, I think that I could see that working out for you. You know what I'm saying? Outside of that, like I think that you could definitely get in that room, or you know what I'm saying, tap in with them in a different way. Like, you know what I mean, outside of financial and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Just stay at it. Stay doing what you're doing, because what you're doing is fire. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, that definitely gives the people something to, like, for other inspiring artists, for what they trying to do and like where they trying to go. Sometimes you gotta act as your own manager. Like, you feel me? Like, you gonna have to do certain things if this is like what you trying to do. Like, you know what I mean? So with you, what does your legacy look like? What is it that you trying to actually accomplish with this?
Man, obviously, everybody want to make a name for themselves. So I'm just trying to make a name. I want to make pretty good music. Obviously, everybody want to get paid from their music. So hopefully I can get paid. I want to do touring. And if I make it to a big enough platform, man, I know a lot of people say this, but I'm coming back and I'm getting people from Virginia, man. Whether you do have a platform like this to where we could do something and expand that, or you got merch, or you got anything, like you a comedian, I'm trying to like do like something in the water, but something even bigger that'll bring A&Rs and people that's scouting for talent to this area.
Say that. That's dope. I mean, so you already mentioned your project that you have coming out. God willing, I'm saying June. June 1st, you feel me? So God willing, by the end of this month, your project will be out. Yep. You feel me? You have anything else, any upcoming shows, anything else that you trying to tap into that you're going to be doing?
Man, I got one more interview. I'm going to head to New York City for that. I'll probably knock out a few more videos. I'm trying to get on another freestyle platform. And yeah, I'll probably end it with that through the summer, and then once I drop the tape, I'll go back into making music again.
Yeah, no doubt. When I mean, however which way that you work, and definitely consult. I mean, tap in with us as far as the consultation, studio compound. You know that's something that we also have.
Yeah, I need to hit the studio compound, so that's probably gonna be the next place I go to record.
Yeah. That's gonna be dope. Know what I'm saying, about the packages. We already discussed that. Like, know what I'm saying, we got plenty of things. I mean, but we locked in, man. From the freestyle that you did, that shit was fire. Like, know what I mean? Like, trust me, like that shit was hard. So, know what I mean? One thing that I would say before we close this out too is that with your style and with what I'm hearing from you is, what do you feel is your biggest inspiration in music? Because when I hear you, I hear the like that region of Buffalo. Like, I hear that being like a full-on inspiration into like your rhyme schemes, your patterns, the way that your breath take, like how you move, like, and that's why I was like, I fuck with it. Like, know what I mean? But what do you feel is of such? Because that's what I picked up from it.
You saying what's my biggest inspiration?
Yeah, like in the music, yeah.
Oh, I'm trying to put on for Joe Bose, man. I'm trying to make millions of dollars so I can take care of his family, man. That's my inspiration. Okay. But yeah, as far as like what inspires me, like musically, yeah, I would give it. Griselda's a big influence. Joey Badass is a big influence. J. Cole's a big influence. I got a couple of songs that if you hear them, you might be like, oh, that sounds totally different than what I've heard before.
Yeah. Even the freestyle sound different than the record the key.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It sounds completely different. Your pocket, your patterns, everything is completely different from that. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely was tapped in, like, listening. Even the freestyle that you did with your mans, like,
That was actually when I first got back in the studio. That was the first night. He was like, "Yo, come," because he actually take his name Nasty now. He take that shit serious. He from here, but he live in Boston. He went to school up there and ended up staying. He actually the reason why I actually started rapping again. Like I had quit. I was like, "Fuck this shit," and he basically was like, "Nah, give it a go." So I was like, "All right."
Yeah. Nah, that's dope, man. That's dope. So know what I mean? I appreciate you for you stepping out. Know what I'm
man,
saying?
I appreciate y'all, man.
No doubt. Know what I mean? Who's Next 757, the New Era Podcast. It's your host, Stacker. I got my man Henny Huncho.
Henny Huncho, Black Benny Blanco, Truth My shit, man.
Yeah, look, man. Shout out your social medias, your handles, everything.
Oh yeah, you can follow me on IG at Henny Huncho 95. I'm on TikTok, but I'm kind of lazy with it. But that's No Limit Henny, No Limit Henny 95.
That's dope. Know what I mean? So like I said, man. Again, I appreciate you for stepping out. Know what I'm saying? I appreciate you for booking. Know what I mean?
Yeah, I appreciate y'all's platform, man.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
Hey, man, if you in the 757 and you an artist and you ain't stopped through here, you not doing something right, bro. That's a fact.
All right,
you ain't stopped through this joint, y'all niggas is fucked up in the game. Because this is gonna be a staple in the 757 hip hop scene, and I promise you.
Nah, I appreciate that. Know what I'm saying? You heard him, you know what I mean? So make sure y'all tap in, you feel me? The New Era Podcast. Who's Next 757? Know what it is.